people have to look at themselves now. Just finished reading a book by Tyler Cohen, Average is Over. Yeah. What is the advice that you're giving people who are looking at how they can change their financial situation and not make short-term decisions that have long-term consequences in this new global economy? What is it that you're advising people to do?
You know, what people have to do, Les, is to think about what is our greatest asset. And oftentimes people...
And that's what Warren Buffett said. What do you have going for you? What's your greatest asset?
Yes. And it starts with us, the intrinsic value. Think of this. Say, well, would you trade, $10,000? I'll take, I'll give you an hour of my time. Oh, great. Okay. What about if I were to offer you $10 million for 10 seconds of breath? Mm-hmm. Because if you lose 10 seconds of breath, you're out of here. So now, what's more valuable? The 10 million, or would you pay the 10 million for the 10 seconds of breath? And so what I encourage people to do is to, first of all, recognize the intrinsic value. To try and duplicate you would require billions and billions and billions, and it would never happen. If we could just harness the energy in your body, you could power a highly civilized country, for a week, just your energy that's in your body. And so what I encourage people to do is, again, examine what are your innate talents, abilities, skills. What can you do that adds value to people? And now take a look down the road and see where we're going. Like Wayne Gretzky says, I skate to where the puck is going. We're not using LPs or the VHS that I was inspired by that you signed for me years ago.
Yes.
We don't watch VHS anymore. So where is society going, and how can you help? And I think for most people who are potentially working in companies that are concerned, think entrepreneurial inside of a company or entrepreneurial. How can you add value? Because we get paid for the value we add to the marketplace. And I think so long as we're adding value and willing to reinvent ourselves and willing to sharpen the saw, improve our language, don't lose our language on the 160 characters.
Right. Because
language is English is the lingua franca of the world. This is the language of money. Communication is that essential skill that allows us to do all that we need to do. And so I think developing that, focused on self, developing ourselves so that we add value, we'll never have to be concerned about the instability of an economy. Because the economy doesn't really dictate our financial situation. Our internal psychology, what we think, dictates our financial situation. And so if all of the money in the world were divided, you know the story, within 10 years, so we'd all be a millionaire if all of the money in the world were divided. But within 10 years, the money would be back into the hands of that 1% that controls all of the world.
Yes. Thank you for that. We've been talking with DaRayl, and the D in his name stands for discipline, dedication, and determination to serve and to create wealth and value with what you have going for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Love it.
Love it.
And those are all three of my initials.